Hey, it's Mike from Rody Baggers, and today we're going to talk about a problem that's been going on in the cornhole buying, selling, trading groups, and that's these scammers that are kind of coming in and taking people for their money. And I'm just going to spell out a few easy ways to safeguard yourself against being scammed. So, the first way to do it, get right into it, it's just if the deal is too good, it's probably not a real deal. So if somebody's trying to sell you bags that are going for, $200 and $300 regularly, and then all of a sudden they post them really quick for $100, maybe there's even a time limit on it, or you're not that. That's probably going to be a scam. So just be very wary of that. Most people aren't going to give you a great deal on bags. That's just the way that it is with these things. People see what the fair market value is, and they're going to sell and buy and sell and trade for what the fair market value is. So be worried about that. But it still could be a legit deal. It could be somebody that's just trying to help you out. So what do you want to do? Like, how do you want to figure that all out? Here's how to do it. You go into the person's profile, you check how many friends they have. If they have under 100 friends, under 50 friends definitely, they're probably a scammer. That's probably a fake account. They probably just got that all together really quickly, put it up there. It's probably some stock photos, friends of empty accounts, and you can tell that way. There are people out there, again, obviously, that have 50 friends and they are legit. So that's just one way. These are all red flags that you can kind of start seeing popping up as you go through this process. So the next thing you do when you're in their profile, take a look at how long their account's been open. If their account was just opened a month ago, it's probably a scammer. That's, again, not 100%, but could be. If they've been around for 10 years and have 700 friends, they're probably okay, but even then, their account could have been hacked. So these are just little things that you can kind of look at and try to figure it out. Another thing is, and a great resource, is the GTG page. And that's here. Most groups, whether it's cornhole or sneakers or softball or anything that you're buying and selling and trading on Facebook, they have a group like this. So GTG means good to go. DND, do not deal with, right? So what you can do with this, really great resource. You can be a member of it if somebody vouches for you. And if you're a member of it, then you're considered GTG. But even if you're not a member of it, you can still search for people on here. And you can search for people that aren't even GTG members of it right up there with the search bar. So you type in whatever profile is that you are going to make a deal with into that search bar on this page. Once you type that name in, it's going to come up with anyone that's posted about that person. So if they're a known scammer, they're not going to be a member of this page, but their account will be talked about on this page and said DND. And so when you type that in up there, then it'll come up as DND, and you'll be able to see and safeguard yourself in that way. Same way, if somebody's good to go, and then even not if they're a member here, that's great. You'll probably get a bunch. But even if they're good to go and they had a good transaction with somebody and they're still not a member here, and somebody that's on this page said, hey, I had a trade last month, today, and it was a month ago, and it was a good trade, and it's with the guy that or girl that you're doing the deal with, then at least you know that that's kind of a benefit. So that's a great way to do it. The other way to check this page is to go into the person's profile, take a screenshot of it, and I used my throwing partner, Dennis Laney, as an example here, with his permission, and he's 100% good to go. So no questions about that. As a matter of fact, if you put him into this, everybody will comment on how good to go he is. So with his permission, I did this so we could do a walkthrough. So you type in his name up at the top, and it comes up as Dennis Laney. There it is. And then you come and you get into the his profile. And this while you're in here, check out everything about him. Check out his friends. Check out when the account was made, how many posts that he does. If somebody has 5 posts in 2 years, they're probably a scammer. They're probably DND, right? They probably just are in there just keeping the account viable. So you can look around that, but you take a screenshot, right? Take a screenshot and save it. save it to photos, right? And then go back to that DND page, GTG DND. And when you get there, it'll have a thing that says what's on your mind. So go down to your photo video, click on it, and then click on the screenshot you just saved, and then that'll upload. You press done. Then you come back up, you type in what's on your mind, you type in, is Dennis Lanny GTG? Post. Once you post that, now that's going to go up into the GTG page, and then everybody will be able to see it. And people that are on that page will be able to say, yeah, he's good to go, he's not good to go. And the good thing is, even if he's not on GTG, and somebody knows him, or he's in a league with somebody, or he's played with other people, he's had other dealings with people. Once you put that in, and somebody sees it, and they go, oh yeah, he's good. He's good. We did a deal last week. Good to go. Everything went smooth. That's great. That's why this GTG is a great resource to have to avoid being scammed. It's a page that you can just check out. You don't have to be a member. It's good if you are though. But if you're a first-time person that's just trying to get a set of bags, or trade, or just try to find out if you're just safeguard yourself, it's a great resource to have. So now, besides this, what's another way to? What are other ways if you don't want to use the GTG DND page, or you get no results, right? You put it up and then nobody says anything about the person, and maybe they're new to the game. Maybe they're a good person and they're new to the game. So how can you kind of take the next step after that if the GTG doesn't work? Some things that you can do is to make the person take a specific picture. So specific picture would be, there's a lot of pictures out there that have the bags and then the person's name and then the date, like today's date. Those are good, but they're easy to change. They're easy to digitally scrape out that name and that date, and then a scammer could write his own, or the profile that they're using, their own profile in there, and then today's date, and then repost it. So that's kind of a little sketchy. It's good if it's there, but if it's there and it's legit, then the person has the bags, and you can just ask for a couple more pictures. Ask them to put it on a hanger. When you're doing this, you're getting a flop test too. So now, okay, at least I can see, if it's a used bag, oh, all right, well, I can see it's a used bag. And you're also not really offending somebody by saying, oh, can I get, I don't trust you. It's just saying, hey, can I get a flop picture? And then, throw it on a hanger, and you can get it. Now, the problem with this is some people automatically put these pictures of the same bags on a hanger, and maybe that person can access that and now has that in their back pocket that they can bring out. So have them take another picture, right? Have them take a picture as a selfie. There you go. Selfie picture, right? And it also shows the person's face. Like if, Grace Jones is the profile, and all of a sudden a guy comes up in a profile picture, what's going on? I thought say that it's Jennifer, Smith. Man, who's Jennifer? Who are you and who's Jennifer to you? That type of thing. So that can help. Do the peace sign. Hey, give me a peace sign. Give me a thumbs up or something. Whatever else you want to do. But that's a good way to kind of safeguard yourself again against what's going on with what these scammers are trying to do. The other thing you can do is try to get to the point where they're going to give you their PayPal or Venmo screen name or information. If you can get that and you can do the same search on the GTG with those, a lot of times it's easier to change the profile names for these people than it is to change the way that they get paid. So you can go ahead and do a search on GTG for those. Hey, PayPal, I got this, or he gave me this address, she gave me this address to send to. Is this address, has anyone ever had an issue with this address? This type of deal. And these are just small ways, these are just a little basic things. Some people might see this video and it's like, yeah, well, obviously, right? They'll be saying, obviously that's what you do. It's not obvious to everybody. And if this saves one person from getting scammed from $2, $3, even $50, $200, $300, $50, like it's worth it. I just want this. I'm not looking for anything out of this. This isn't something where I'm trying to get anything. I see this problem happening, and I see people coming into the group and going, well, I got taken for $200, and then they just don't want to be involved anymore. And this is a great community. You know, the cornhole community is a great community. Sneakerheads and you know, all these other groups that buy, sell, and trade. It's fun, right? It's the politics of it is a different story as far as how much they're worth and how much you want to pay. I enjoy all of it. I think it's great. You know, there's collectors, there's people that buy them and flip them, or dolphins as they're called, and people get upset at all these things, but it's how people want to spend their money. So I'm fine with it. I'm happy with all of it, but what I'm not happy with and what has to go is the scammers. It's just too much. We all work hard for our money. We want to spend it the way we want, and if we want to spend it on these things, it feels like a punch in the gut when somebody takes you for you know, $200-300 or even $50, whatever. You know, it feels like they literally came into your house and robbed you, and man, it hurts. So that's what this video is about. Just really simple, really basic. I hope somebody gets something out of this and doesn't get scammed. And you know, comment about any other ways that you feel like it may help. Other tactics that people can use to try to protect themselves. Another way is to, in PayPal, you can do, instead of friends and family, you can do the business one. It's more money, and if you're buying that bag, you're responsible for paying that in my mind. So if you're buying a $200 bag and you want to go business, the business transaction way, you know, if it's $10, then put out the $210. You know, don't, oh well, we agreed for $200. Well, yeah, but $10 went towards protecting your money, and I'm legit. So, you know, it's kind of on you. It's an insurance policy that you can take out for yourself, but as a buyer, if you were putting your money out, because the money gets there before the bags. And that's the issue with this whole thing with this scamming, is you have to give them the money, which is instant, and then the bags come 2 and 3 days later at best. So there's a lot of faith that you have to give in that. And when it's a trade, it's a 2 to 3 day trade lag time. So there is a lot of faith that you have to do. And there's ways that you can try to get around it too, but we're talking about just straight up basics of trying not to get scammed. And that's kind of the way that I've learned over doing this for a while. I've bought and sold and traded a lot of bags, and this is just the way that I feel is the basis for just having a good experience. You know, these transactions usually go very easily. Good transactions go very easily, and if you do your diligence and get on it, then it can be really good for you, and you can get the product that you want. And I hope you do. I hope everybody learns a little bit from this. Thanks.